Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. How will Taylor Sheridan's upcoming Yellowstone spinoff, The Madison, tie into the Dutton family's story? After the ending of Yellowstone, many Taylor Sheridan fans are likely wondering how the upcoming spinoff show, The Madison, will tie into the Dutton family's story. Little is known about The Madison, Taylor Sheridan's newest Yellowstone spinoff show. Only the premise of the show, that the Clyburn family moves to Montana after their patriarch dies in a plane crash, has been revealed, as well as some major casting news. Currently, the only thing that links the Madison to Yellowstone is its Montana setting, so fans of the franchise are probably wondering how the Clyburn story will intersect with the Duttons. After the series finale Yellowstone, it will be a lot harder to have the Clyburns and Duttons interact. Most of the Dutton family tree was killed by the time of the series finale, and the survivors seem more than happy to stay out of power struggles. While there is a confirmed Beth and Rip spinoff in the works, the overarching story of the Duttons and their struggle to control the Yellowstone is mostly over. With that in mind, it's hard to determine exactly how the Madison will fit into the larger Yellowstone franchise. But there are a few likely options Taylor Sheridan could use. The simplest way to have the Madison intersect with Yellowstone would be to have the Clyburn family meet some of the remaining Duttons. Beth, Rip, Case, and Monica all remained in Montana after the ending of Yellowstone, which means they should still be around when the Clyburns come to town. The Clyburn family could easily move near either Beth or Case's new independent ranches and interact with them as neighbors. They will, after all, have to adjust to life in Montana, and the Dutton children could help them transition. Alternatively, they could just appear as a cameo to link the two stories together. Yellowstone director Christina Alexandra Voros offers a clarifying update, explaining how spin-off The Madison connects to the main show. Of the two remaining Duttons, Case is probably more likely to appear in The Madison than Beth is. Beth and Rip are already scheduled to return in their own spin-off show, so it would make more sense to check up on Case, Monica, and Tate instead. Additionally, Beth and Rip will have their own problems to deal with in the spin-off show, and won't need to tie into the Madison to draw in viewers. Case and Monica, on the other hand, don't have any new stories on the horizon, which makes them perfect candidates to appear in a different spin-off like the Madison. Even if the Clyburns don't directly interact with a Dutton, they could still encounter a major Yellowstone character. After Case sold the Yellowstone to Chief Rainwater, he became the most influential power player in Montana. He now manages the largest tract of private land in the entire state, and his pre-existing business interests already made him formidable. No matter what the Clyburns try to do in the Madison, they'll almost certainly have to contend with Rainwater in some way. Whether that's by having their land developments opposed or simply running afoul of the reservation, Rainwater could easily show up in the Madison. There's also a chance that the Madison won't focus as much on tying into Yellowstone, as it will focus on trying to replace Yellowstone. The Madison already sounds eerily similar to Yellowstone. Both shows are about broken families, presumably trying to build and maintain an empire in Montana. Additionally, since most of the Duttons are dead or scattered to the wind, the Madison presents Sheridan a chance to continue the modern-day story of Western drama and power plays with a new cast of characters. The Madison is a fresh start, so Sheridan won't be trapped like he was when Kevin Costner left Yellowstone. The cast of the Madison is another reason it may become a Yellowstone replacement. Several massive stars have already signed on for the Madison, including Michelle Pfeiffer, Patrick J. Adams, and Elle Chapman. Additionally, while it isn't confirmed, Kurt Russell has been rumored to star in the Madison. If both Russell and Pfeiffer do prove to be leading the Madison, the Yellowstone spinoff will have even more star power than Kevin Costner lent to the original series. It seems like Sheridan may be more interested in transplanting some familiar features of Yellowstone over to the Madison, rather than tying it into the earlier series. The New York family's life begins to unravel following a tragic event as they navigate their grief during a retreat to rural Montana, discovering the complexities of human connection in the face of profound sorrow. Taylor Sheridan's Yellowstone universe is expanding once again with the upcoming spin-off The Madison, and fans are eager to see how it will tie into the ongoing saga of the Dutton family. With 1883 and 1923 already exploring the family's past, and the flagship Yellowstone series in its final stretch, The Madison promises to fill in new gaps in the ever-growing Western epic. But what exactly will this new series bring to the table, and how will it connect to the Dutton legacy? The setting of the Madison. One of the first things to consider is the meaning behind the name the Madison. The Madison River, one of the most significant waterways in Montana, runs through Yellowstone National Park and is closely tied to the region's history. This suggests the show will remain deeply embedded in the world of Yellowstone, perhaps exploring another corner of the land that the Duttons hold so dear. Given Taylor Sheridan's emphasis on authenticity, it's likely that the Madison will delve into the ranching lifestyle, land disputes, and the ever-present battle between tradition and modernization. A missing chapter in the Dutton saga. Sheridan has already explored two previous eras of Dutton history, with 1883 and 1923. Leaving plenty of room for another untold chapter. One possibility is that the Madison could take place in the 1940s or 1950s, bridging the gap between 1923 and the modern-day Yellowstone. This could allow for deeper exploration of how the Duttons solidified their grip on the Yellowstone Ranch during the rise of industrialization and government intervention in land ownership. If this theory holds, the series could introduce a young John Dutton Sr., who would later become the father of Kevin Costner's John Dutton III, and showcase the struggles he faced in maintaining the ranch through World War II and the post-war economic boom. The 1940s and 1950s were a tumultuous time in American history, and for ranchers like the Duttons, these decades would have presented new challenges in terms of government regulations, cattle drives, and expanding cities encroaching on ranch land. New blood, old feuds. Another intriguing possibility is that the Madison could focus on a completely new branch of the Dutton family, or even introduce a rival family that played a significant role in shaping the history of the Yellowstone Ranch. One of the ongoing themes in the Yellowstone universe is the idea that the Duttons are constantly fighting to keep what is theirs. Could the Madison reveal a long-lost conflict with another powerful ranching family that still has ramifications in the modern-day storyline? Perhaps the Madison River area was once home to another powerful ranch, one that the Duttons clash with for control over water rights, grazing land, or business opportunities. If this new series introduces characters whose ancestors had feuds with the Duttons, it could set the stage for explosive confrontations in the present day. Imagine John Dutton IV, Kevin Costner's character, dealing with the descendants of a family that his ancestors wronged or outmaneuvered decades earlier. The Native American connection. A crucial aspect of Yellowstone has been its exploration of Native American history and land disputes. From Thomas Rainwater's Jill Birmingham, ongoing battle to reclaim his people's rightful land to the deeper historical injustices explored in 1883 and 1923, the presence of indigenous communities has been integral to the Yellowstone narrative. The Madison could further explore this theme by introducing a Native American family or tribe that played a pivotal role in the region's history. If the Madison takes place in the mid-20th century, it could show how Native American communities were affected by government policies like the Indian Relocation Act, which sought to assimilate Native people into urban life. This could add a new layer to the conflict between the Duttons and the local tribes, showing how past actions set the stage for the present-day struggles seen in Yellowstone. A Sheridan signature, strong characters, and moral complexity. No matter what time period the Madison covers, one thing is certain. Taylor Sheridan will populate it with complex, morally ambiguous characters. Whether it's a young John Dutton Sr. navigating his way through a rapidly changing world, a rival rancher looking to claim their own legacy, or a Native American leader fighting for his people's future, the Madison will undoubtedly introduce new figures who add richness to the Yellowstone tapestry. Sheridan's storytelling excels in presenting the shades of gray in the struggle for land, power, and identity. Just as 1883 followed the brutal journey of the first Duttons to settle in Montana, and 1923 showcased their fight for survival against economic and environmental hardships, the Madison will likely follow characters who are neither purely good nor evil, but who are shaped by their circumstances.